How's it going, guys? And welcome to the Deadman Summer Invitational. Woo! How's it going, guys? And welcome to the Deadman Summer Invitational. Woo! We're here in beautiful sunny California, joined by a live audience at ESL Studio and some familiar faces on stage. We've got an incredible final hour ahead of us, but before we get there, introductions are necessary. So I'll be your host, Maud Archie. Joined with me as my co-host, Maud Shawnee, and our two casters, Elliot and Ian.
Welcome, everyone.
How you doing?
It's an absolute pleasure to be back. My third invitational here, joined by my wonderful friend, Pure Spam. How you doing, Ian, man?
Yeah, not too bad. Glad to be here as well. Thank you for joining us in here in the studio right now as well. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
So we've got so much to talk about, so little time before we jump right into the action. One of the main things we need to talk about for people who aren't familiar with Deadman is the formatting. So for those unfamiliar, Deadman is essentially an alternate version of the game, designed by the community and added a couple of years back. Essentially, we let everybody participate, eventually taking the top 2,000 ranked players, throwing them into one world where they fight it out for 10 grand. This time around, things have changed slightly. One of those things being it's not 10 grand, it's 20 grand now. In addition to that, actually, you know what? Let's talk about changes, because there's quite a bit to go through here. What's changing this time around for the tournament?
I mean, one of the most significant changes that we're going to see, which we saw last time, was everyone knows where the fog's going to be, the final area, and that's sort of like surrounded by a perimeter of these glowing orbs. In previous iterations of Deadman mode, no one knew where it was going to be. They had to take damage from the fog, guess, know where they're going to go. This time it's not the case. And
it's in Barbarian Village, so 11 by 11 square, quite a tight-knit ending. Hopefully we'll see a lot of catastrophe going on there, clans running in at the last second. But it should force combat, because last time round at Anakal, we had the large castle in the middle separating people, and it kind of dragged on a little bit. So hopefully this time round, way more action-packed, and should be a fantastic finale.
And more scope for solo players to succeed as well, because there's such small room, you know. Solo players can get caught up in that clan-on-clan action, and there's scope for anything to happen there, I think.
So I think it's time we reveal a little bit of news. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, so we mentioned already that there's the increased grand total prize being now 20 grand. There's an additional couple rewards. I'll leave you guys to talk about the first one.
All right, so the first reward we're giving is an in-game MVP. So who our judges decide is the top MVP in this final hour will get themselves an additional $5,000 just for themselves. So that can be deemed by just an amazing play and just many other things. I mean, what are we expecting to see here? What would be a really good example of this?
So for me, I want to see some erratic gameplay. I want to see some guy running about on like 2 HP Dalrock bombing people, taking people's heads off, gets like the triple kill, then gets away. That's what I want to see, a solo player just going mad and causing havoc.
That would be quite audacious during a $20,000 tournament to be Dalrock bombing.
Yeah, literally.
I mean,
risky strategy,
I don't
but
know
it might
if we're going to see anything like that. I want to see, like, what I'm looking for is going to be a solo individual that's taking on one or more people at a time, you know, maybe outplaying a couple of people. If he gets a kill, gets 2 kills and gets away, that's going to be incredible. And hopefully we will see some sort of performance like that. That'd be great.
All right, so I think without further ado, we're good to go on stage with Chris. And he actually has with him 4 players, one of them a former Deadman winner. Take it away, Chris.
Hey guys, we're joined here live by our 4 players on stage. From my right, we have You Never Learn. Yeah, come on. Woo! Alfie Rules. We've got Graphist. Yeah. And we've got Mazar. So let's start from the right. You Never Learn. You're the only one on this stage who's ever won a Deadman tournament. What was that feeling like?
You know, Chris, it was just such an ecstatic feeling. Like, I couldn't believe when it happened that I'd won 10K. And anybody out there who's also won the 10K can relate to that feeling. Like, they just shout and run around their house and go nuts. So, you know, it's just an amazing feeling. And I got a strong account this time. I always tell people, if you have like a top 50 account, you got a great shot to win. So I think I'm going to go pretty far today, too.
Yeah, you know, one of the interesting things about you is people think that you only won the first tournament, you're kind of a one-trick pony, you've got nothing left in you, but consistently you make it into the top 50, what, 3 or 4 times now. So you've got a really, really good chance to at least make it there to the final area. I think you're gonna be one of the people that we're gonna be watching the most, without a doubt. Alfie, you have built up an incredible audience that loves to watch you play Deadman. Take me through why they enjoy watching you and how this tournament's been going for you.
So this tournament started, I took a different route. I wanted to rush Barrows and be like the one who had the most Barrows chests. And so my luck was incredible. I had like 28 items in like 260 chests. And Underground Pass, I was like, at the final day, I was like at like 28 chests. And just for Deadman mode tournaments, I go really hard. Like I'll like stream like 20 hours a day, you know, do Barrows. And I got my max set really early. So I gave Bodhi a max set for like PKing content, you know, to make RuneScape be higher on the list. And he ended up dying because he teleported into multi. And so I ended up being able to get another max set. And so I'm really pumped for the final. This is going to be really exciting.
Well, best of luck to you. Graphist, you are the third person on this stage right now that is playing for Lit. We've only got one other guy who's playing for Rup, but playing for Lit, how are you feeling going into this? Are you guys sticking together, or are you going off on your own?
I think I'm just going to go with the team and just hope for the best, basically. Usually during the tournaments, last tournament I think I played solo and got wrecked by Bodhi, so that was good. So hope for the best, basically.
Unfortunately, you've also been killed by another person on this stage, actually. Mazar, the only person that isn't in Lit, the representative of Rot here. How are you feeling going into this final hour, and what's it like being surrounded by the enemy?
I'm feeling good about the final hour, and I really don't care how many Lit members are here, because they're still going to lose. Yeah. And I've been in Rot for 2 years now, and I know how they operate. They really are organized. They have the best chance of winning this tournament, and I'm not worried about Lit.
Well, best of luck, guys. Before I head things back over to the couch, we have an announcement to make. There's not only the in-game MVP, there's also the on-stage MVP award to hand out. That is $5,000 going to whichever one of you on the stage lasts the longest. Yeah. This was something that was very difficult to keep a secret. These guys did not know this, so we'll see how your strategies change, but best of luck. Please don't die first. And yeah, good luck, guys. We'll throw things back over to Shawnee on the couch.
Wow, things have been stepped up just a little bit more, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, I was so excited to see their facial reactions when they were told that, because it was so hard to keep it a secret this whole time.
Yeah.
So just before we get into it, I just want to use this as an opportunity to talk about the summer special membership that we have on offer. So you can get 3 months of membership for the price of 2. It's a great time to do it, of course, if you want to get ready for the new season of Deadman coming up. So feel free to jump on that if it interests you. But I think if we can talk about that very quickly, I think it's safe to say that Mazar not scared by Lit at all. I think he's very confident about this one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, go on, Ian. Talk a little bit about Rot.
So predictions-wise for me, I'm saying Rot/Mazar does have the best chance. Maz, of course, being in the clanning scene and being a very high-level player in RuneScape for a long time now, he knows what he's doing. Not to say that the other 3 members don't, but my money's with him because he's mostly PvP kind of clanning-based. What yourself, Elliot?
Yeah, I think Mazar undisputedly is the most experienced multiplayer versus player member up on the stage today. Not to take away anything from the other members, but he is the most experienced. I want to say that he will take the $5,000 for the on-stage MVP, but that depends, you know. He only recently rejoined Rot after a little bit of a falling out, so what we might see is maybe a little bit of backstabbing. I don't know. Who knows?
Really? They might keep him alive and say, hey, give us some of that $5,000.
Just onto that again, obviously we've got 3 Lit members up there. Before they didn't know they were in a chance to win $5,000. They're in the same team, but if they see another person with low HP, are they going to go for the little bolt and try and headshot him quickly?
I'd go for the quick DDS while he's on his rose, mate.
We're running out of time, guys. We've got to hop into a quick look at how things have progressed from the beginning of Deadman. So let's jump back to Season 1, actually, where you never learned one of our players on stage ended up taking it. Elliot, you played in this one.
Yeah, this was one where I was spending like 18 to 20 hours a day, you know. We had no idea what was coming in the final. This was completely new to Jagex, completely new to the players. My team, Legends, and Ian was in that as well, but he was casting, so he wasn't in the final. But we were pushed out from Edgeville towards Falador Castle, and Falador statue, rather.
Yes, it was a really interesting location, obviously just north of Falador, where the Falador massacre happens. It's quite iconic. During the ending, though, it's come a long way, the demo tournament. We got a few things wrong the first few times. It was just a trial and error thing. So here, the fog was a bit too powerful. A lot of the members ended up dying. And that's
Yeah.
how you never learn one. He was hiding in a bank, wasn't he?
And right here, we had no idea how much they hit. You'll see
No.
3 people die right at the end. I'm the one on the far left.
So close.
So I died there at the same time as that guy, and that's Robert in the middle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we thought we'd won as a team, because me and Robert were on the same team. I was like, oh my god,
You've won
I've come
$10,000, yeah.
third, Robert's come first, and then you never learns being sneaky and Falador bank sipping on his brews, and we were like, oh.
Great.
So for the second finale, we actually went to Barbarian Village, which is what we're using for today's final hour. So I mean, let's just go straight to that and see. Obviously, we came out of this one. Of course, it was Codeine who took this one.
Yeah, so we mentioned, Elliot, as you mentioned the beginning, we got a couple things wrong we really wanted to improve on this. One of those things is kind of working differently with the fog here, and what we wanted to encourage was a one-on-one battle. We didn't quite get that, but we did have one player of Rot remaining, and on Codeine, they were the only 2 people standing. I think the Rot guy couldn't even see him.
No, he was just slightly off the map, bit south, hiding away in the corner. Obviously, that's changed this time round. We have an 11 by 11 area, which is right in the middle. There's nowhere to hide. You can't be sitting around the corner like Codeine did, avoiding combat. It's going to be just an absolute brawl at the end, everyone going down, I think, and one person being left.
Yeah, and one thing to note as well, in the center of Barbarian Village there, we see lots and lots of rocks. Alfie, he has a ring of stone on him, so those rocks, unfortunately for Alfie, will be removed from the final area.
I mean, on the plus side,
he's going to be sticking out like a sore thumb if he tries to.
On the plus side, he might not be the last person left, but he most certainly will be the last rock standing.
Oh, come on.
So.
We said don't say this joke.
Can't help myself.
Love that joke.
So for the third finale, I believe we went to TwitchCon. I believe we were in Anakar for this one. So I mean, take us through this one, guys.
So Anakal, obviously a very prevalent area in clanning. Lots of clans have been PKing here for 10 plus years now. Rot, obviously the most experienced in this area. It's like their hometown. They go out every single week and have been doing for years. Not to say other clans haven't as well, but I think Rot overall stuck out here. They ended up winning it with Lololol taking home the $10,000 for his clan, and they destroyed this time round.
Yeah.
They took on each clan one at a time, tore them apart, and they deserved the win, in my opinion.
Do you know the winner here, Lololol, that is a great name. He actually ended up putting on a nice little display of talent at the end. He was running around killing people. He wasn't just sat there sipping on his brews. He was actually killing off everybody else. Yeah. That was a really phenomenal win.
Did you see the video footage that they released for that? That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Seeing that and like, because they had all the audio, all the communication, everything, you could hear how Rot were strategically planning everything, where they were moving, and how they were doing that, and it was really, really good. You get like a proper insight of how experienced these players are at this.
So that was the first one that Rot ended up winning. Of course, they would actually go on to win season, what was it, 4 next, or 5? What are we hopping into here? 4,
This is
there we are.
Al-Kharid, which obviously being in a free-to-play multi-zone, we've done Anakal, we've done Barbarian Village, we've done Falador. They guessed the area was going to be in Al-Kharid. They noticed a slight different graphical change on the gate, I believe, and they situated themselves really perfectly here. The best offense was a strong defense. Is that the saying? That's not the saying, is it?
The best defense is a good offense.
Oh, well, they were defending the castle, and again, they took it home with like 40 people left at the end. Quite embarrassingly for everyone else, actually. They stayed inside, and they took everyone out one at a time as the clans came in, and they just outlasted everyone. They played really, really well again.
Yeah, they won this one so easily that they, in fact, scared every other team, I think, in Deadman to then join forces. I recall at the last event we did back in the UK, there was a guy in the stands holding a sign saying, #anybody but Rot.
Yeah.
And that was literally the mentality of the whole community.
Rot was so dominant at this point, and they played this really well because obviously you had to go through that little electric barrier there, so it was a 1-by-1 square. Rot were already situated inside the castle at that point, and all the other teams were sort of standing outside, hoping that the amount of people that were going to be going in and fighting Rot would weaken Rot's defenses, take down their supplies. Unfortunately for them, however, when they came in, they just got absolutely decimated by Rot.
The AoE effects like Barrage, Chinchompers, which are going to be very key in this tournament final as well, they just obliterated anyone that walked through that door.
So the last Deadman finale we had, I think, undisputably was the best. We were in Leicester. We had significant changes for this one, of course. We had the new fog. We had the new safety area, as we call it, and frankly produced probably the best visual we've seen so far in Deadman and Anakal, which was just this absolute mayhem.
Yeah, I think one of the most significant changes that we saw here was in previous iterations of the Deadman mode finale, we had like, you know, sometimes too powerful fog. Obviously there was the meme with Al-Kharid Gate being the strongest thing, but this one, everyone knew they were going, so everyone could get there and fight inside that.
And back at Anakal as well, like I said before, just such a great place to have clanning wars, and yeah, it turned out to be an amazing, amazing tournament.
Well, that being said, guys, it's now time to cue the countdown into the grand finale of the Summer Invitational final hour. Woo!
Woo-hoo! Let's get it!
underway in the finale. The final hour has just begun. If you die now, you are out for the count. You cannot look back in again. And currently we have 850 plus survivors left. So looking here is Lit, the last winner of the tournament, isn't it?
Looks like there's been a bit of a massacre here. You can see the green D'Hide, is that an Earth battle staff, some sharks on the floor.
straight away getting into combat.
Maybe there's been a bit of clan in there.
And this is actually, I think, northwest of Barbarian Village, the final area. Looks like Lit situate themselves very nicely there. To be, doing the rot strategy, defending and getting themselves set up nicely. Here in Edgeville, we have, who's this? Lit
I saw
and
Lit, yeah.
DL. So I believe DL, Divine Legions, I think they're called. They've teamed up with Lit by the looks of things, and they're going to be alliancing together.
Furiously circling the bank.
There's a few other alliances out there, actually, I believe, like Rot and Tartar.
Yeah, they've teamed up for this.
They've done an alliance at least.
For this.
So yeah, looking around Edgeville right now, clans just, staying out of combat, trying to keep their supplies going. They don't want to get to combat too quickly because then they've got the chance of dying at the first place. And also, if you lose too many supplies, how are you going to make it into the final?
Something to note about Rot as well, they've always been a team that's been like quite prideful. They've always been on their own, right?
Oh yeah.
And where we saw Rot was so dominant, especially in that Al-Qarid castle, Al-Qarid palace. We saw like a necessary response from so many other teams that were like making alliances with each other to form a team and take out Rot. This time Rot have teamed up or allied with Tartar, so hopefully they can have a few more numbers because they've got around 70 members.
Yeah.
Whereas Lit have over 200.
Oh, here's Curtis. Sorry to interrupt you earlier, but Curtis, one of the streamers, MMORPG, going round trying to get some kills, but is he being taken out or I think he's with a few people. Is he teaming up? I thought he was a solo player.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think Curtis is on his own. He's been like soloing this, no ults, no donations, nothing like that. He's been really Iron Man in it, so to speak.
Well, he always does go hard.
Right?
Just south of here, obviously, is the final area, Barbarian Village. It's going to be multi down there. So these clans, they can't do too much in this single-way environment. They can obviously PJ and take it on one at a time, but a little bit further south, and everyone, it's a free-for-all, basically.
Yeah, although, like, in this situation, it looks really hectic, and if you're a solo player, that's like, it's regardless of whether you're in single-way combat, if you see that many players that are on the same team, that's quite daunting, but...
I think I also saw... Is that Tim's project? Is that Spark Mac?
Yeah,
leading the tribe into... Oh, it's on a kill already, going south. But if he goes too fast, look at everyone else running north. Now they see the other opponents, they're like, nah, Spark Mac, you're on your own, mate. Good luck taking these guys on.
Spark Mac needs to take that helmet off, man.
I'm surprised that he's using Sarah Strike as well. He hasn't got Ancients. I guess a lot of the clans were camping down the DT final area.
And that's something to note as well. So another one of the more popular streamers, Sick Nerd, he's got like some of the most insane endgame stats for this Deadman mode Invitational.
Like 120 combat almost.
Yeah, like over 90 Slayer. He got 94 Mage as well, but unfortunately he wasn't able to complete Desert Treasure because
all the
so
clans
many
were
clans were. Yeah, they were holding him back. So he's really salty about that. But
looking back at Edgeville again now, just again people trying to stay out of combat, not trying to waste too many supplies. Not too sure which other teams are around him. Maybe we can fly around the rest of the map and look around a little bit better.
Yeah, the start of the final hour is always quite, it's quite calm. It's like the calm before the storm. Everyone wants to preserve all their supplies. They don't want to get in too many battles. There's not really like much point, especially if you're in a big clan. Yeah. I mean, it's fair to, like, this guy in the green D'Hide chaps, they'll pick him off because they know that they're not going to waste. He's just been done.
I see a guy in Myth Farm walking about getting Ice Burst as well. Poor guy, look at him. He's got no chance.
That looks like you.
Oh, wow, the 5 defense, okay. Just to mention as well, guys, if you're at home and you're watching the demo tournament or within the audience right now, feel free to use the hashtag Deadman on Twitter to join the discussion. We're reading out a few tweets from Twitter that we get given to us. So let us know what you're doing, how you're finding the tournament. Do you play RuneScape, or is this just a nostalgia kind of trip for you?
Yeah,
and just checking out what's going on. Is this Lit right here? I believe it is. So they're the last winners. Huge clan. I think they have the most numbers out of everyone.
I love the way that when they walk in and out of each other, when they're on the death dots, it kind of looks like a slinky.
Oh wow! Look where they're standing. So they're standing, I believe, in single way.
And he's dead. He's dead.
That's a really smart strategy. Single way there, so they can't be picked off in a big clump, but they can go into multi, still attack into multi, and do the area effect damages spells like they did there.
That's something that we're probably going to see as well. Obviously, they're not going to be able to stand so much in single way combat.
This isn't Lit, this is Rot.
Is it not?
I think this is Rot, actually.
This is, yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at the
and
down in one hit. Easy.
The Emerald Bolts.
Just staying again, like I said before, defending that area, trying to be the first there, so they can, mount that offense when they get there.
That's something to take notice of. Look at that. They're using Emerald Bolts enchanted, which obviously gives a poison effect. How many players in the final hour do you think are going to have like super anti-poisons on them?
Oh, nobody.
Yeah.
But there's no venom in this game, obviously.
There's no venom, but it could be the difference. It could be the difference. If it's like
Oh, yeah,
Pardon me.
definitely.
Down to apologies for that. Down to a couple of brews, and you know, someone's poisoned, someone's not. That might be the difference between that 20 grand and nothing.
Yeah, we just saw Maz there, who's obviously with Rot right now. Beforehand, I had a little word with him about what he was going to do, his strategy and such. He said he was going to go around, maybe get a few kills and such. But after being told about the $5,000 potential that he could make if he could last the longest out of the 4 streamers on stage right now, I think he's going to stick with Rot, to be honest.
Yeah, and you know, we did our predictions earlier, and both Ian and myself predicted that Mazar was going to last the longest on stage. Obviously, Chris and Shawnee both went for You Never Learn, but that really depends, you know, in that final hour, how many banks are going to be around? How many brews can You Never Learn stand in the bank and sip on it?
Well, I mean, the only bank closest is obviously the Edgeville bank, which is why a lot of people are being situated right here, right now, sitting around here, so they've got supplies. If you go away from this bank, you're not in Edgeville, then you've got all the way to Varrock, which is for a multi-line, all the way to Falador, lots more multi-lines. This is the safest place for most people to be right now. Obviously, if you're low level, though, you'll get picked off by the high levels so quickly and so easily.
Yeah, and we've just been informed that the fog has started to shrink now, so the fog's going to be coming in, and it's going to be wow.
I got to Gmall. That Mystic guy, red bard.
That's 2 red bars that we've seen in like the last 2 minutes, and that guy's not got. You know, Mystic's pretty good, although it's pretty basic mage gear. But
Solly, is that? I think that's Mazar actually. I believe that's his name, 111 combat. He's got barrage out. He's got some ancient magic flying in here. Trying to just rack up some kills, you know. If it comes down to a few people dying at the end at the same time, if he has the most kills, he will take home that $20,000 grand prize.
Absolutely. And I think as well, this is really smart. A lot of players are situating themselves in Edgeville. I think, personally, if I were playing this tournament, if I were with a clan as well, not casting, I would situate myself here as well, knowing that the final area is going to be in Barbarian Village. That's the least dangerous choke point that you have. You have to go south. You're running from single to multi through that brick wall that we can see on screen there. And there are other places as well where you can come from. If you come from the west, you're going to be coming from Falador. And if you're coming from east, which I think is the most dangerous place, you're coming from Varrock. And there's a bridge, and that's 1 by 1. You run across that,
you can get clumped there, and you're all dead.
Screwed.
So just south of here, obviously, we have the multi-lines, and this clan is just sitting here waiting. And back into Varrock now, seeing some 1v1s. Wow, this guy's gear. He's done very well to get that amount of supplies and such. He has, is that a Guffin's Helm, and some tank gear?
He's taking a risk, although he's like, you know, he's got much better gear than this guy. He's sat at pretty low HP, 3/4 HP. He's probably not got 99 health, so let's say the team will sporadically
I am loving this fight, by the way. I just got to say that. This guy on the left, he was just barraging with Smite Up. Absolutely fearless. Ice Cream 77. I believe that's a name from Tartar, potentially.
Yeah.
Tartar and Execution have teamed up this time around. They're World 45 PKers. It might be a Rot member, though, but I'm pretty sure it's Tartar. 1v1 right now. He's just destroying him.
This guy that's in the bank with the Arim's top and hood, he wasn't changing his prayer. He's so scared of the bolts that he was just having none of it. He had the protect range up the whole time.
Oh, the from Graphist. What are you doing, mate? Don't be so HP. If a Gmall comes out now, he could be dead. Oh, he's playing it very riskily. But he's okay. The guy's smited. Can he get a quick kill here?
Go on, Graphist.
The first kill of the tournament. 30. Oh, he's the 2 to finish him. GG.
The crowd.
GG.
Jagex Lenny coming in with the tweet as well. Ready for the hashtag Deadman final hour. Old school RS. Yeah, if you're at home and you're excited and you're watching, you know, throw us some tweets and we can read that out. Tell us what you're doing. What's your strategy for the final hour?
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. So in the bank right now, obviously, if you do use the bank when you're in combat, you have a few seconds delay before you can actually eat any food. So you've got to be careful. You've got to be knowing exactly what you're doing, have all the ticks perfect, the clicking on point. Otherwise, you can easily get just, you know, destroyed, really, because you can't eat any food. This is Beta Liberal. This is Adam, the streamer Sick Nerd.
The guy without barrage.
The guy without barrage. Although saying that, 94 mage just proved a very, very high mage defense bonus. Is his first kills going to pick up? Kabo doing absolute work. Zeros into the whip. Oh, the stack. That was nice. Through the prey melee. Yeah, 23. Real nice there.
Nice work, Adam.
So walking about back to Edgeville. This is back onto Mazar.
Another thing to think about too is that we saw a really significant change in the last iteration of the Deadman mode finale. Whereas you'd
go on, spec him out. Darrock's hacks. Yes. No. Oh, I want to see that DH hacks hit like a 50.
I don't know. He didn't have the full set on. Isn't that Guthin's helm?
I think it is.
Yeah, Guthin's helm with the DH hacks. Pretty ambitious.
The guy's killing as well. He's got rune armor on. So he's not doing that. Oh, Varrock's flail too. This guy's been to Barrows quite a lot.
Maybe it's your prediction's going to come true.
I hope so, man. I really do.
The in-game MVP is going to run around with the Varrock's flail. Look at this.
Oh, talking about MVPs, here we go. Devalued account, 56 combat. Myth Plate versus Myth Plate. Who's your money on, Elliot?
I didn't realise that Automelogy was playing this.
Oh, no. Back into Varrock right now. These guys got such nice gear. You never learn. Oh, no. Taking a lot of damage already. You see the concentration on his face. Trying to quickly eat up. He's got full Darrock's max gear pretty much. Really high defense bonuses. But whoever's on him right now is doing absolute work.
You can see the concentration in his face. He knows there's $5,000 up for grabs if he's the last man standing on the stage of the 4 players up here.
He needs to do something here because obviously if he gets caught here as the folks coming in, he won't be able to fight back. This guy's clearly outplaying him completely.
Yeah, he's not only outplaying him, but look at his gear advantage. And like I was going to say earlier as well, Ian, you never learn's actually got full Darrocks on there. That's really nice.
Oh, no. The Darrock bombing is going to happen. Turn around, hit a 90 against Smite. He's in robes, so he's likely to hit it. Pulls out the G-Maul, finishes him off. That'd be sick.
That'd be so nice. But so yeah, a change that we saw made in previous Invitational was that if you kill someone, so if you kill someone on normal 07 servers and they've got, you do a Darrock fight, you kill them, their Darrock is going to be
going on right now. Sorry to interrupt.
It's not in this.
What is this? DLC shell lit. I believe that is lit in the corner, going down. Obviously, they're in single away, I'm pretty sure, still in the northeast corner. So they can attack into multi, but can't be stacked out as well, which is insane. DL and Lit seems to have teamed up then, formed an alliance, as all the other clans have as well.
They can do so much damage to just stragglers that run past. And although it may not seem like it's very effective, just taking out all these solo players, it really makes a difference. If you've got, like, let's say 100 solo players in that final area and 2 clans, those solo players are just slinging barrages and chin chompers left and right. You can lose so many members to that,
definitely.
even if they're not on a team.
We're gonna really see the what's going on here? Looking around right now. Back a few clans, just no one engaged in combat like we said before. We're going to see very slow and steady movement.
I'm quite surprised because in the previous Deadman Invitationals, we saw a lot less combat than this. We've seen quite a lot.
I think it's the MVP award that we've talked about. D-Long versus G-Maul in the corner there, but both no prayer either.
He's getting bone bolted right at the end there.
XD going to go down to Alfie, getting his first kill potentially. Can he catch a freeze? Can he catch a freeze? Or is he going to let the guy get away? He's mispicking on trees. Don't barrage the tree, Alfie. You can see that. Oh, he's getting to the bank. Unless he can catch a freeze here. You can catch a freeze? Yes, nicely caught. Finish him off here, right?
He's got
the Starve Bash.
Alfie's shaking in his high tops.
Not a chance, man. He's got carols, he's got barrage, he's got everything, man. Oh, the fakey doesn't change his prayers though. He's doing really well, but the redemption not.
The redemption flick, I respect that. Catching him off guard.
So this guy's got stepping of like what 10 to 15 squares. And he's in the bank. Oh, the DDS spec on full HP.
Although he's full HP, that could have really added a
Oh yeah, but no,
that could have changed the pace of the fight completely there. If
I feel like Alfie's got this.
30, that would have been.
So the guy he's fighting right now obviously has barrows on. He's got the Darrock's plate body. If you do kill people, you said earlier, Elliot, that have got barrows on them, then you can pick it up and wield it yourself. This guy must be out of food by now. He's chomping brews down. He can't have much left.
He's surely going to die.
Oh, 23, almost a max hit practically from the Carol's crossbow.
Step him, Alfie.
The guy gets the bank. He's leaving the bank, going past the bank. He's going to the, what? The underground?
Yeah, Alfie's got this. Alfie's surely got this
Yeah, he's
kill.
out of food now. That's Alfie's first kill, I believe.
Why would he not go to
congrats
the
Alfie for that one. I don't know, man.
Maybe he just knew. Maybe
GG. And he quickly gets away now before the stream cuts up. He's shaking his head, but to be fair, that was a great performance by you, Alfie. You had some good fakies in there, some good switches, and you took clean work of that guy real quick.
Really, really nice.
Looking around to some other players right now. Who's this? Konichi?
He's
doing
farming.
A farm run. Getting those last few brews while he can. Oh, not a chance, mate. That's Spec from Grabfist. That's his second kill, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not messing around, man.
Yeah, that was
he's not only going for that on-stage MVP. He's trying to rack up those kills early on, Ian, because, if there's more than one person left at the end, and there's, we've been in here for over an hour, we have to determine who the winner's going to be, and that's going to be the person that has the most kills.
Looking around in the bank right now again.
There's lovely green capes everywhere.
Yeah, not doing much really. I mean, you can bolt each other in a bank. It's 1v1. You're not really going to get any kills unless you get a Rambo spec, or like I say, the Darrock bombing, if that happens. I'd really hope so.
Yeah, I mean, that would be very interesting to see. I can imagine it going really horribly wrong, though.
So every 5 minutes or so, I believe the fog does move in closer. So we will see people being pushed together. Is that Bandos Tassets that guy's wearing? And a Darrock's helm? And a fire cape?
I couldn't tell. I could only see the back of him slightly.
That might have been Tassets.
If he's got Tassets, that's,
I think
courageous to go
Robert
to
the
God
live streamer. I think Robert the live streamer actually got some Tassets from Bandos, which is very dangerous, obviously being in God Wars Dungeon. Really far away from a safe zone. You get hit there, it's multi.
Oh, yeah. I remember in the original, the World 45, constant Deadman servers. So these are the seasonals. They last 1 month, but we have a couple of servers, one server, sorry, that's up all the time. And do you remember in Legends, Ian, when we used to play that all the time? And everyone had like alt accounts with really high range and magic, and we used to just go to God Wars.
And try and get ourselves a Star for the Dead
Star
or
for the
an
Dead
AGS or something. So back into Barbarian Village now. So it's interesting, actually. This is Rot, I believe, in that northwest corner. And then the northeast corner, a bit further up, was Lit, wasn't it? So they're really close, really close together. So I can see a fight breaking out between those two, because obviously last time round, Rot were killed really early on by a clan called Fools and a few other smaller clans. So they want to get their revenge, really. Alfie finding another kill, but barraging.
Oh, he's smited.
That's a 3-1.
Yeah,
these guys is killing us well.
He's going to go through him right
He's
now.
destroying all these people
0
one by
barrage.
one. Oh, this could be a lure, though. This could be a lure, because a bit further south is going to be multi-lines at the Green Hill, I believe it's called.
Yeah, it
and
is.
if Alfie follows him in and thinks to himself, I can take this guy easily, it all takes is one freeze. One freeze, he's frozen, and he's dead. He's going for it. He's fearless.
Alfie's played so... no,
maybe
knows.
not.
He knows it's a
No,
bait.
I think he heard me.
He's played for... Nah. He's played for way too long to...
It is a bait. Look, you see them dancing in the house, the brass key. Really clever play by that. I might have just saved Alfie there, actually.
If he'd have fallen for that, though, that would have been quite the embarrassing way to go.
We have Boaty, Adam running around.
Adam was PKing here last time, do you remember?
He loves walking around Lumbridge, doesn't he? Hopefully he doesn't get caught behind the Alcarid gate again, though, last time, like he did.
he did.
But he's got some decent gear. He's been playing non-stop the past week, like 20 hours a day and such. He started to do, I believe his tactic was 75 Slayer for Gargoyles, made himself a bunch of money, got 94 Mage for Barrage. Look at these fakies coming in. The guys don't even change his prayers. Easy. But he's doing really well. I think he went PKing yesterday and died, didn't he, Elliot?
Yeah, he did unfortunately die. And another person as well who's on stage.
Is that Entangle in full rune? You're not going to catch the Boaty Meister like that. Come on now.
Thinks his tall Vesta catching those 29 barrages in full tank. Jesus.
This is an easy mop-up kill for Adam. The safe zone nearby, or not the safe zone. Still going for the entangles in that gear. What's he doing?
But I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, if he catches the freeze, to be fair, and hides behind a tree, he can tele out in time.
Imagine how annoyed Adam would be if this guy catches an entangle.
I can hear it right now in the back of my head. Oh, 0-0. He's going to be angry at that one. That should be the kill right there.
Should have been.
But Adam just, again, taking clear work of this guy. He's got nowhere to run to. Adam's barely used any supplies up. Lumbridge is quite a long run away, so we'll see. And all these splashes,
Yeah, he needs to take that Torek helm off when he's going for the barrages, mate.
Oh, definitely.
Do the four-way helm take off.
But look at him, carols and everything. Oh, finally!
God.
What? Where did that come from? God damn, I've got the audience casting for me right now. I'm getting so excited. I think he's got one. Oh, Darrow's come on! Take Adam down like that. That'd be sick.
Dude, imagine this guy sat there, like, pretending to be. He's like a PK shark.
Just puts on full Darrox right now.
He just, does a four-way switch to Darrock and 70s him.
I think he's out. Adam's going to get that Darrox axe now. The question is, will Adam use it?
Well,
GG.
I can't see Adam using a Darrox axe when he's got a Torex helm on. That would be...
Oh, no. Looking back at Edge right now as well, not much going on. Few clans lurking around, obviously close to that final area that is Barbarian Village.
Yeah.
If they situate themselves too far away, as Adam has right now, could get caught in the fog. It could, catch them by surprise.
Yeah, the fog is shrinking every 5 minutes, and...
Who's this? Aw, this is cute. Anti-Rot. A little three-man squad going to take Rot on.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll be able to. we spoke a second ago about Adam dying. So he obviously got really good gear. Alfie said that he gave him some really, really nice gear, Barrow's gear. He went PK and unfortunately teleported into a multi-zone and then got killed.
But despite that, though, he's still got really good gear right now. He's still got barrage. He's still got a really high combat. So he's going to go far, I think.
And the man on stage with us today, Mazar, who's representing Rot, he actually arrived at the hotel that Ian and I are staying at. And that was last night. He arrived. He pulled out his laptop, tried to go PKing with a touchpad. Which, I don't know about that. The day before the tournament, tried to go PKing and unfortunately died.
Yeah,
he's only had 30 minutes sleep because he stayed up all night rebuilding.
Checking out graphics as well back at Edgeville. It was on a kill, but I believe he's walking away now. Doesn't want to waste too many supplies. He's afraid that other clan members are going to tag him off now. Yep. He's obviously with Lit as well, and Lit was situated a bit further south. I believe You Never Learn was actually with them, going for that $5,000, going for that last man out of the four standing. But is this a rush? This is Lit moving back up to the back, maybe to restock, get some more supplies and such. They are going to have to run straight back down again as fast as they can, though, because Rot was a bit west, weren't they? And if Rot changes positions, they could catch Lit out. They might not know they're coming. So.
And we've been seeing a lot of people that were just like one-on-one, and a lot of individual players being picked off by the big teams down there by Lit with the single spells and stuff.
This team looks like a lot of people in really good gear.
We've lost 100 players, Ian.
100 already?
It just went down from 600 to 500 players remaining.
Where are they going? It looks like they're going to go all the way around. So they're going to go for the bridge method east of Barbarian Village. And you were saying earlier that's not a very smart strategy. Explain that quickly for us, Elliot.
I mean, so when we're going to be when we're seeing the final area, which is Barbarian Village, one of the points of entry is going to be from Varrock. To get to Barbarian Village from Varrock, you're going to have to go over a small bridge. And if you guys are familiar with Soul Wars from back in the day, we used to see a lot of people barraging on those bridges. It's going to be the same here. So look at that bridge. It's a 2-square bridge. If there's a team waiting on the other side of that and they catch multiple people running over, they're going to all get frozen on that and chin-chomped to death.
We have a tweet coming in from Mud Archie. Shout out to this crowd for the great energy. #Deadman though. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for coming.
That's
Appreciate
something
that.
I was completely expecting, you know. We've casted a couple tournaments before this, Ian, and they've both been in the United Kingdom. And I think America's, I don't know, they're kind of famous for their real energetic charisma, their personalities. They're always really... the USA chants.
Oh, God. Boaty, the dearest spec, could have killed him there. Is he going to be caught in the fog?
The fog's
it's going to be bad for him. Is he going to dip away, or is he going to stay around?
I don't know. Adam's near that gate again. Could we see a repeat?
Imagine if he goes through and just gets one hit. I would laugh so much. The guy's luring him. I guess Al-Kharid is obviously in the multi-zone as well, way too far away from the Barbarian Village. Adam's going to be very careful here. If he just follow him through, he could get caught out. And the rocket launcher... 31. Oh, he sees Adam teleport straight away. He's like, nope, I don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah. Adam just got bolted down to about 25, 30 HP there.
The guy's got the right prayers up, though, so he's doing a lot of melee damage right now.
He was being arrogant with his smite up, Ian, and he's swiftly changed his
He is
tune.
an arrogant PK, isn't he? All the way sat. Where's this guy going? There's no escape. You're going to a dead end, my friend. Oh, no. Now you're caught by Adam. Unless he goes that river.
He literally is in the worst position, isn't he?
Yeah.
We've got another fight going down the bottom left corner there. And we saw someone perish. I'm not sure who actually died there, but
someone it's the stepping stones. This is, I think, southeast of Barbarian Village. So they're going to come from the south, I believe, to go over the stepping stones. Really interesting position to be there from Graphis' team. Oh, wait, Graphis has fallen. Oh, my God, the first to go.
That was what we were seeing.
That was what we were seeing. Was that Graphis?
I didn't realize that was Graphis.
Oh, he lasted 21 minutes and 10 seconds. I will say he's shown an absolute amazing performance, going for kills, doing some, giving us some content, basically.
I mean, I kind of feel sorry for him,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
I feel really bad for him. Well, it was inevitable that one of them were going to die first.
That's true.
And now,
I don't think I'm going to kill. That's the second we've seen so far. Moving around now to Angry Bolter.
I wonder how much damage Adam's going to take from the fog. I imagine it's not going to be that much because the fog's... it's not as violent as it used to be, to say the least, right?
Oh, no! Oh, is that someone just died? Someone died on 3 hit points. What? Are you kidding me?
Died off a stepping stone.
Oh, this is brilliant. So this looks to be lit. They've relocated themselves.
Way to go.
Like I said before, they knew that Rot were west, and they made the executive decision to change locations and not try and go for that one-on-one fight just yet.
Yeah.
Now it's come from the south, obviously, near Draenor Manor. So coming from here, there are a few choke points coming into Barbarian Village as well.
I can't stop laughing at that guy that just died from falling off a stepping stone, man. That must be the worst way to go in a Deadman mode tournament.
I think he had pretty good gear too. I don't think he was a noob. He looked like he was like 100 combat or something.
That was Lit's best player.
Oh, no. We're back up north here, as I said before. There are a few little choke entries here, so if Rot does reposition themselves, they get caught by another clan, they'll be having to flee back down south, to be honest. And the audience with the tryhards, standard.
Tryhards and the has. What's that one? Is that Resident Sleeper? That better not be aimed at me, bro.
Come on now. All right, looking around again.
That's aimed at you, Ian.
That's aimed at me?
Yeah.
How dare you? All right, looking around.
How very dare you?
There's not really much going on lit right now. Thank you. They're just chilling. Not really, going into combat. We're going to fly around, I think. We still have 500+ players remaining. Just a little remark again. You can tweet us, #Deadman, if you want to get in touch. We can write a few tweets on stream right now.
It's good. It's good to actually be cast in a different country. We've done the last 2 in the United Kingdom. How are you enjoying California, Ian?
Absolutely blessed, man.
Yeah?
So grateful and so blessed to be.
It's amazing.
Here. We started this 2 years ago, I believe, the casting and such.
Yeah.
In Jagex's office, actually. Was the first ever one. I never thought we'd be here in LA, being flown
crazy,
out to do this.
The weather's beautiful.
It's mad.
The food is
don't get me started on the food. I put on so many pounds this past few days.
I'm going to say something controversial in front of all these Americans, though, Ian.
God, I'm ready.
Dinner and lunch, you guys do it phenomenally. So much better than the UK. That can't be denied. But I'm not a fan of the sweet pancakes, all the sauce and the chocolate chips for breakfast.
I'm going to disagree with you there. I disagree with you. I had IHOP the other day for the first time. I had strawberry pancakes and they were great.
Oh man, I had way too much strawberry sauce on my French toast.
We have a tweet from Faux Tanking Time. Old School RS, I'm hyped. This is the best #Deadman tournament yet by far. Good job. Thank you for the tweet, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. And it's such a, we're hardly even into the thick of things yet. Ian.
Yeah.
Adam just carol's bow, and this guy, Adam loves
Dude,
a carol's
he's
bow,
camping
man.
the Phoenix necklace.
I know.
That's why
scared.
he's sitting low HP. He's afraid. But just walking around the map, finding those solo players, picking them off one at a time. Does he want us to pursue this? I think the bank might be in the fog right now.
It could well be, yeah, it could well be. Or Adam may be thinking that this guy's going to, it is in the fog.
It is in the fog.
Yeah.
He's re-geared though, so Adam's going to be careful here. The guy's going to get stuck in the fog. If he gets frozen, which can do a lot of damage as well, and this is another free kill for Adam, unless that other guy PJs. Who is that? Oh, it's
That
Alfie.
is
Oh,
Alfie.
I want to see a fight between Alfie
Come
and
on,
Adam.
Alfie.
Alfie, equip your G-Maul. Just wait until he's out of combat, and then bam.
It's
go
only
for the spec.
$5,000, Alfie. Just do it. Do it for the content,
It's
brother.
worth it. Fog's coming in soon, though. It looks like Alfie might actually call a few lit members. If they do, Adam will be taken out very, very quickly.
Yeah, that'd be
Focus
interesting.
face is ready.
I wonder how Graphist actually died, because we didn't really get to see much of that. We just saw the little screen at the bottom, and it flicked over as I think he died to a barrage. So he said on stage with the interview with Chris that he was going to be sticking with lit. Do you reckon he got a bit cocky, ran off on his own, and then got caught
I think
out?
so, yeah. We saw him earlier by himself, so well, that was
Yeah.
the case. Looking at northwest right now, trying to chase this target down. Is that Alfie chasing him? Looks like it, or just going to off each other. They might be friends. Or maybe Alfie came to save him from Adam. Oh, it's Chap Shop, never mind.
That's not Alfie.
Oh, my
Alfie's
bad.
gear's way better than that,
Way
guys.
better.
He's been sweating out Barrow's chests all week, man.
Ooh, interesting strategy here, like following the fog around, like trying to stay right in the outskirts of it, getting pushed with it. But will that prove more valuable coming in the last second than, defending like Rot always do?
Yeah, it's always a tricky one, isn't it? Because we saw, the Alcarid one, there was only just that one-by-one little barrier that you had to go through. So defending that was obviously going to be more beneficial because everyone had to go through that and they could get clumped in one go.
Yep.
Whereas this time, there's so many different entry points. There are
is that
obviously
a
a lot of...
leaf-bladed battle axe?
They love
Sorry,
the
that's just funny.
leaf-bladed battle. That thing
That's
can hit
Curtis,
hard,
actually.
man.
Curtis fighting him, in the bank, having a little battle. He wants some kills, man. He's been
Yeah.
chilling. He's a solo player. He hasn't taken any donations. He hasn't swapped or anything like that.
No.
And he's done really, really, really well. I think he hung out on the Ankus, didn't he?
Yeah,
the whole way through.
what did he declared himself the king of Ankus,
Yeah,
I believe.
at the stronghold of security.
Yeah.
We have a tweet coming from Speeding. I think the final teams that are going to be there are Lit, Rot, and Frontline. Excited to see the result. Hashtag Deadman.
I believe that Speeding is one of the leaders of Frontline.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that he's not actually playing in the tournament though. I think he just wants to get the Frontline name
Where did
out.
that come
and
from?
then
26-27.
Lit just died to
Big bicep. Wow, that was a good spec, like a max spec pretty much from him.
I wonder if we'll see a video from Big Bicep starting off in the Edgeville Monastery there. He's hitting huge, man. He's got some really impressive stats
Oh
here.
yeah, and gear too. He's got the carols. He's got the Ravens robes for the mage bonus.
Yeah.
Tank helm. He's got everything.
What would your method be? And say you were in a clan, you were playing this one. You know that you've got Barbarian Village to take and
Me?
hold down. Would you play it safe and stay outside of it, or would you try and go in early, hold down the fort a bit, and
Honestly,
try and kill oncoming people and clans?
Hearing about the $5,000 for the MVP, I would want to go for that personally. I'd run around, like I said in my strategy, the Dark Sacks, just flying around,
You'd wanna do the MVP.
going for ridiculous kills. But if I was actually playing with a clan to win it, I would, I'd let the noobs go in as cannon fodder, run in, let them die first, and then I'd come in and take my win, mate.
Fair play.
What about you?
What if you're on stage? What if you had that 5,000 to play for on stage?
Oh God, I would.
Dude, I'd be hiding like, dude.
I'd beg Rot or Lit off me, basically. Please save me. Beg for mercy.
Yeah.
Miko279, I think that's the leader of DI, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not too sure. I know that DI are playing Damage Incorporated. This is their third tournament, I believe. And
if he gets caught here, you can see all the Rot members just trying.
He steps one square too far. and
Bicep, dude! He's playing that riskily right now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Rot
way
just
too
sitting
risky.
there. All it takes is one freeze, and then everyone's going to hit him at the same time. He's dead from full HP. He
Yeah.
can't survive that. And he decides to run away. That's probably the best tactic to go for, to be honest.
I would have done the same thing.
I wouldn't tempt Rot like that, no. That's
No.
asking to be killed.
Yeah, this is DI's third tournament. They actually came close to winning on the last one. One of their players came third.
Yep.
And they've got some really high level players. Their top three: FFS Mate, Aztecaz, and the Best Clan. So they're three really prevalent members for DI to look out for.
And DI's been around for a long time, just like Rot. They've been PKing on the clanning scene for years and years and years now. So they're a prevalent force. We don't see them very much in the demo tournaments, but I think this time around they're going a lot harder. Being pushed by the fog right now, things are going to start getting really interesting. People forced into combat. There he is.
There's FFS Mate. He's leading the clan right now, going into Edville Bank. You can see how strong he is.
They've not got a huge team, but I mean, you don't need a huge team at the end. When everyone's like just fighting each other, all it takes is for you to be the last one standing, and then you win the $20,000. So.
Like with have mentioned as well, it's going to be an 11 by 11 square in Barbarian Village this time. So there's so much scope for just one solo player to get caught up in amongst the havoc and the mayhem of the clan action. And, you know, say the fog at the end. Look at these guys.
I saw a few YouTubers there, Boomerkill as well.
They're hoping for that exact thing to happen.
Yeah,
but
literally.
I think you guys may have got there a little bit early.
We always talk about like clan coordination, you know, coming through and clans having the numbers being the, you know, some of the best strategies to go for in these tournaments. But in this case, when everyone's in that area together, everyone just like can't see what they're doing. I don't think it can come down to anybody winning. It's anyone's game, really. It really is. Back at Edgeville, just again 1v1's going on. The darts being thrown. I don't know if that's gonna do much damage, mate. But good luck with that one.
It's gonna be absolutely awesome as well, because when this Invitational is over and we have our winner, we're gonna have a new season ahead of us. And
it starts straight away. Just a little mention, as before, a little sellout here. And the Midsummer Special, 3 months the price of 2 is out right now. The best part, in my opinion, of the seasonal demo in general is that beginning.
Yeah,
we hopped on once. Do you want to tell us about our story about when we went to Tree Gnome Village?
Ian and I hopped on. We went into the Stronghold of Security, which funnily enough is in Barbarian Village. You get your 10k from there. I remember Ian was saying to me, he's like, turn your right click off, Elliot. Turn your left click off. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm spamming a door. I skull up, have to trade in my 10k, die, and then recollect it. We got 13 magic, and we stood at the Tree Gnome Village quest area on the bridge, and we one-hit like 40 people. It was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. What tweet coming in from Clank right now? Boaty for final hour MVP. You got this, fam. #Deadman. Thank you for the tweet. But Adam's been doing quite well.
Adam doesn't need the 5
He doesn't.
grand.
No, he definitely doesn't need the 5 grand. Good point there. Rot still hanging around that same location. I don't know when they're going to start moving. If they're going to go for the defense, or they're going to like try and let the other clans fight first. In the past tournament, I believe it was Lit that came out on top. And the reason for that is Rock got taken care of very early on by a clan called Fools and a few other clans.
Yes.
So maybe this time around they're not going to engage in combat and try and make sure they at least make it to the last 5-10 minutes or so.
I mean, I think we're going to see a big re-emergence from Rot. I think last time they took this sort of, this really, I don't want to say cocky, but they took this approach where they thought they were so much more dominant than every other team, and they had been in previous tournaments. And so I suppose it's kind of expected for them to become a bit complacent.
Okay, if this guy in blue D-Hide wins, he's the MVP.
Winning.
If he wins, he is the MVP, hands down. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. Oh, the MSP's coming out of nowhere.
The MSP's like on free range, man. That's ambitious. But yeah, I think with Rot this time, they're going to be a lot more cautious. They're not going to take things so much for granted. They're not going to be complacent. I think we're going to see a big re-emergence from them, and it's going to be a lot closer at the end. We're going to see some real close battles.
Oh, definitely. We've got a few pets in here. The little Rocky pet. I don't want to see him die, man, because then he runs away and it's gone forever.
It's my favourite skilling pet.
Aww,
it's one of the ones I don't have as well. I have the chin chomper on my eye,
I've got the beaver. No one wants the beaver, man. So. Anyway, down. This is near South Falador. I'm not sure which clan this is, but they've got the, what's it called, the Lit clan in the way. So if they go north, they're going to get hit right there.
Yeah, this is
be really careful.
TSM. I saw.
Oh, it's TSM.
I saw Soup's name, so I'm assuming that is TSM. I think he's named his clan after Team Solo Mid, which is a really big esports organization, especially. Quite well known in the League of Legends.
Yeah, I think it was super. Actually, I reached out to him asking what his tournament has been like, and he said to me that TSM were super confident. They were going to go in, they were going to win it, they were going to have no one was going to be a match to him. Rot, Lit, no one, they're going to take it. But looking at their gear right now and their numbers, the blue D-Hide, the red D-Hide,
hey,
no amulet.
This guy's got no amulet on.
He's got a cabbage cape, to be fair.
He doesn't have a beard either. You can't be scared of people in game if they don't have a beard.
But they're going to be careful. Like I say, there's Lit located just north, and that's if they don't want to go that way, they've got to go all the way round through east, up through Varrock and such, and then go through that deadly bridge we talked about earlier.
No, the colour's just a bit weird because of the fog. I thought that guy was rocking a steel plate skirt, but I think it's Rune.
No, I think it's Rune as well.
Yeah.
So this is just south of the Barbarian Village. A few solo players, just again, not trying to get into combat, because if they do, they know they get one hit by the clans. Oh, this guy, is he going to engage or
Ian,
is he scouting?
what's your prediction?
Right now, I'll be honest. Oh, it's had a good luck. Let's go from Alfie.
Maybe he's doing something interesting. Combat with someone. He's engaging.
Boaty at the bank at Edgeville now, moved way further up from Lumbridge. For me, predictions right now,
Just for the final winner.
Toss up between Lit and Rot. Honestly, I can't put my finger on it. Those two are massive clans right now. But like we said before, it could come down to a solo player winning it or another clan just like sniping in after the clans go down.
This is my sort of dilemma and where I'm torn between this because obviously, and this is not to.
Skill Spec's dying to Rot. He's gonna be so salty about that. They've killed him. Actually, no, they killed him this tournament already.
Really?
At Canopus Bank, he was trying to bank again, and he died there. So yeah. GGJ. Sorry for that
we
one,
need
man.
the kissing cam.
The what?
The
Elliot, save that for after the cast, dude. What are you talking about? Oh my god, it was flying in right now. So we have Lit coming from the south, another clan coming from the north, east, and they're going to try and take... Oh, they're going into... Rot's been pushed down south as well.
Yep.
Looks like they have to come to the final area now. It's going to get very intense for us, guys.
This is going to get crazy. So in terms of predictions right now, Ian, I'm thinking that it's going to be a big toss-up between Lit and Rot. I can't put my finger on who's going to be the last person standing because that can come down to anything, you know? It could be
definitely.
anyone. But one thing to point out here, this is not to take away from Lit by any means whatsoever, but I think it's undeniable and objectively true to say that Rot are the most experienced clan PvP team.
And I can see them in the northwest corner right now, a few Rot members
Look
and such.
at
But the
this.
amount of hit spots going on right now, how can you tank that? Lit have definitely got the advantage here, coming from the south, not in the final circle. So if they're attacking and Rot are defending, they've got then fight off the bat burger. It looks like they're inside the furnace, actually, hiding there for cover.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I didn't expect it to be this manic this early
everyone
on.
going into the 11 by 11 square, and it's going to be a lot of people dropping like flies just really quickly. Again, we talked about air effect spells. We've got magic, we got ice barrage, we have chin chompers, which just do so much damage. You throw one, it hits so many people at the same time.
Chin chompers are insane as well because unlike barrage, if you throw a chin chomper at somebody, and the damage and the accuracy comes down to the person who you've targeted. As Alfie
I think the audience is screaming out right now.
I've seen Alfie just take off his headset.
Wait,
he doesn't
why
look
is
happy.
Mazar? Oh, has Mazar died? I'm not too sure.
Mazar's so
No, he's
calm
just
that
sitting there,
He's
chilled
just
out.
like, yeah, I don't even need
He
my
looks
hands.
fine right now.
I don't need to touch my mouse. I don't need to touch my keyboard.
Oh, he has fallen.
Oh, no, he has died.
Unfortunate. 35 minutes, 46 seconds in, Mazar's fallen. Is that an inkling of an idea of what happened to Rot in general?
That means that you
Alfie as well down.
That means that you never learn.
You never learn.
Has just
Has
won $5,000.
Oh my god. Congratulations to him.
That's 15 grand he's won from Deadman mode tournaments
already.
now, man.
That's insane. So it looks like we were wrong. And
He said
Chris was
that
right.
he's going to be spending his money on a new car if he wins the 20 grand. I don't know if he's still going to do the same
we'll
from the
see.
5.
I was saying how Mazar died so quickly there. Is that like an inkling of an idea of what happened to Rot? Has Rot just fallen down here? Has he gone with them? Or do you reckon it was just a solo kill here?
I mean, it's impossible to tell at this point because there are so many people. But one thing to note, obviously, I was saying, Rot's
Fog's
more
getting powerful
experienced,
now.
but Lit have over 200 players. 20 plus of Lit's players, Ian, have barrage.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's a lot
I think they're on the
of
south side
barrage.
right now. I'm pretty sure the green capes are Lit. Can you confirm that? I'm not too sure, though.
Yeah,
There is an absolute cluster right now.
cluster of insanity
we
that
see
it's
some,
so hard to tell.
We see
And
some
a lot
blood
of
barrages
clans-
coming too, which is really cool.
Blood barrage is such a great strategy because
definitely.
obviously not only is an AoE effect and it does incredible damage, it also heals you as well.
Oh yeah, this is a looter's paradise right now. Look at all the loot on the ground. And surprisingly, the Derek's armor and stuff that we talked about earlier, the Barrow's armor, people aren't picking it up.
Yeah.
Well, they can pick it up, wield it straight away, get that extra defense bonuses, make themselves more likely to last a bit longer. Oh, that's
Look at this-
southwest.
yeah, this
There's the
bottom
barrage
corner
part
here.
we're talking about with
That-
Lit.
They're the most powerful players by
Oh, yeah.
far. Look at their gear. If they get killed from an opposing clan and that clan come in, take their armor, equip it straight away,
That, though,
we
look
can
at all
see
the,
a shift.
Look how many falling just like that. All the chins have just been directed onto them. I think a few clans have teamed up in alliance, and they're going down so quickly.
If an opposing clan manages to get all this gear, we can see a big shift of power coming from one clan to another clan, just in terms of gear. I find that in RuneScape, like, you can be, I don't know, there could be a difference in 10 levels in a combat stat, but if you've got gear that's so exponentially better from Rune to Barrows,
it makes a
then
huge
that's-
difference.
Yeah.
We only have 100+ players remaining right now. People, like I said, dropping like flies. Chin chompers seem to be the most prevalent use of weapon right now.
Yep.
Obviously, like I said before, you hit a lower target and it does the damage for that, for the area effects.
Look at this middle area here, Ian.
Oh,
We've just
here he
seen so
goes.
many people die. You
The
never learn
dream's
has
done.
perished.
He got 5k though, yeah.
I wouldn't be
Damn
too mad.
straight.
He's happy. He's really happy.
Congratulations to You Never Learn. That's his second winnings, like you said, from the demo tournament.
Yeah.
He's going home a very, very happy man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for, You never learn to come home. Maybe a $25 subscription to both Ian and Skidder.
We have 100 survivors remaining right now. And again, I think the green capes, whoever they are, I think it's
He's still got his tassets. That guy is
Is that Robert? Oh, it's Robert hiding in the corner. He's fire cape and all.
How is he just tanking barrages
I don't know.
without that?
No one's even attacking him. He's getting bolted occasionally. He's going to go for that sneaky
Dude.
little sniping at the end.
Like, and I have nothing against the clans, but it would be absolutely great to see a solo player win, right?
I think everyone at home as well is also rooting. There's only the Twitch chat. We can't see it right now.
Robert has tassets and no amulet.
No, he has a Phoenix. Probably a Phoenix Nexus, which is why
it's obviously
which has been used
and
already.
he hasn't got another, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So again, like I said before, the green cape seems to be the most prevalent right now. But it is anyone's game, really.
Absolutely.
I mean,
if you could, as far as predictions go, obviously, who would you want to win? Have you got
Would I
anyone
want
in
to
mind
win?
that you're maybe you're friends with, or you think is a great player that you would?
I'd love to see one of my friends win. I think Adam might still be alive, to be honest.
Maybe, yeah.
Genuinely, I haven't seen him, but I can see him on that tournament view at the bottom right.
He is alive.
So he's doing something. He's doing quite well as well.
Level 111, really impressive, and he is still alive indeed.
And looking down to the bottom left right now, again, those barrages we saw before, which were really, really powerful in really good gear, there's like 2 left now. So they got taken care of very, very early, which is a really smart strategy. WTF7 going down. He's a member of Tartar, I believe, the World 45 clan.
Yep.
And also a content creator too.
We can see quite a few content creators in here. We've got Boaty in there still. We've got Big Bicep. We've got Robert.
We might have killed Robert. I don't know. I think that stream's caught up now. And
WTF7.
And everyone's attacking Robert right now. And I don't think he's going to tank it for much longer. They saw him in his Vandal tassets. They want them. They want to pick him up and wield them using the offensive bonuses they've got.
They're great offensively, but, you know, people are using Barrage and Chin Chompers, and Robert's dead.
Oh, unlucky for that.
Robert. 54 players remaining,
Coming down
and
to
the
the last
final
few.
Saint coming in with a tweet. Great tournament already. Lit. Can't wait to see the winner. Boaty to the top.
He's still alive. He's
Deadman.
tanking.
He is.
He makes the top 50, pretty much. Can he make it?
Really impressive, but I think he's going to die right now.
No, he can't tank for that much longer, unless these guys around him give him some help, but doesn't look like it.
He's also got 5 keys on him. I'd destroy
5
those.
keys?
And,
oh, he's done amazingly well.
yeah.
He's done incredibly well. Looking back into the middle right now, just lots of chins and such. Oh, he's gone. He's down. GG.
Unfortunate. Well played though. As someone that's live streaming and probably has a lot of viewers, right at the end there to last in the top 60 players, that's, you know, commendable.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
fantastic.
Same with Robert.
Yeah, looking in the middle right now again. It looks like there's one big team left because I see people just picking off one at a time. You know, everyone having that coordination. Let's get on this guy. Let's get on that guy. Taking down one by one. That's where the power in numbers really plays through.
And that's evident from the players remaining in the top left. We can see that there was a huge influx of players. They flew into Barbarian Village. We saw numbers drop in the 50s, in the 100s, and then now we can just see these players, and it's just a couple people, 2-3 people being picked off at a time.
We have a tweet coming in from Kieran, #Deadman, Skidler and Ian Spam being brilliant as always, quality content boys. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Thank you very much,
Bless
Kieran.
you.
It's a pleasure, brother.
Big Bicep going down now as well, one of the few content creators that have been left right to the end. That's well done to him, actually, to be fair. I did not expect that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It does look like Lit. It does look like Lit's
we can see so
left.
many names in the bottom right there, just Lit. Different ways of spelling it, you know.
Looks like they might be able to take their second tournament now, because last time they obviously won as well. Back-to-back tournaments, showing Rot that maybe they're not the greatest PvP clan out there, potentially.
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the debates that we were having prior to the actual tournament ensuing was, will Rot, with their experience but lower numbers, be able to take on Lit, who don't necessarily have the experience that Rot have had for 10+ years, but they have a lot more numbers?
I think Lit did team up with a few other clans. The question is, are some of those clans that are left going to turn around now and try and take care of Lit? Will it be like a BSing fest, everyone backstabbing each other and such?
Yeah, I mean, that would be interesting to see. I have no idea. We can't predict that kind of thing, but I'm hoping that everyone does turn on each other, because that'll make for some great content.
Is that Mod Ronan in the cluster right there? Oh, Ronan's down.
He's dark bow rushing.
We have a tweet from Bose coming in. The hype is real. #Deadman. Yeah, only minutes now away from hopefully finding the final winner.
Yeah.
Looks like, is this literally...
Is anyone attacking each other anymore?
Is that 44 Lit members remaining? There's no way.
No.
There's no way they've won by that many players. This is the whole thing about El Carrot Gate again, when Rot just took it by storm.
Dude, one of the predictions that I made that I was really confident on was, because this small square is so, it's so small, it can be an absolute clusterfest of barrages and chin chompers. I was saying that there's a lot greater scope for a solo player to take this.
Sorry.
I did not expect this. They're spamming easy, baby.
They're spamming Rot? Why are they spamming Rot in the northwest? And why are they spamming Lit in the southeast? Is that 2 different clans that are now going to do a 1 versus 1?
No, surely not. They're saying
if that
#Rot.
happens, that would be... Wait, what? Is this Rot? I'm so confused. I know that a lot of the Rot members did change their names to Lit to try and disguise themselves.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then wow, like, unbelievable. I'm pretty sure it's Lit. I'll be honest now. I'm pretty sure it's Lit.
It's impossible to say at this point.
I think they're going for the final
We need
KO.
the intel.
I think they're going for the final KO right now. Everyone's got their redemptions up, get Shin down. Wow.
Yeah.
Taking themselves down right
They're
here. It's been a good run, boys, they said. Rip. Easy. Oh, wow, the cockiness, the
Yeah.
arrogance coming through there. It is Rot. It is Rot that have won. What?
That
Wow.
goes to show then that
I was convinced the whole way through that it was Lit.
so was I. That definitely goes to show that the experience of Rot here does just outweigh it outweighs the numbers, you know?
We honestly have no idea right now. It looks like it is Rot, because why would Lit be spamming hashtag Rot when they literally hate each other?
They might be trolling.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. I mean, I'm kind of, although it's not the popular thing to say, and I'm kind of hoping it is Rot.
Oh, really?
Just because they were sort of the underdog in this. Lit won last time, they had a lot fewer members, and we've been sat here for the past 5 minutes, you know, talking up Lit, saying how many Lit members are left, and then bam, plot twist, it's Rot. That'd be pretty cool. I like that.
It is Rot, I believe. Anonymous, that guy there, I recognize his name, and I believe he is Rot. So I think I can confirm here that Rot may have taken the season Deadman.
I mean, yeah, we'll have to wait. Give it 5 minutes or so when we get the announcement from the adjudicators, and we can see who the actual
we
winner
have
is.
confirmation. Who do you think it is, Elliot?
I think it's Rot.
You'd be right. It is Rot that are left with 40+ players. They disguised themselves so well. That was an unbelievable play.
They had nearly 3 times less players.
Oh yeah. And I think the reason why they changed names to Lit, really smart decision. A lot of the other clans had alliance with Lit because they wanted to take out Rot first.
Yeah.
Having their names as Lit, nobody targeted them. If they saw Rot, they'd be like, right, I'm taking that guy down right now. We want to take care of Rot. We dislike them. But no, that strategy was just insane
Have
play.
you noticed that the last tournament Lit won? That was more of like, you know, we didn't know. It came down to a number count. How many kills this person had, because there were multiple people alive that were of opposing clans. Both times I've casted and I've seen Rot win, it's been absolute annihilation. There's been so many players left, and like again, he's just de-geared.
Wow, that is unreal. The mole pest, well, no, please. That's such a cute pet. Oh my god.
Right here, you know, an emphatic display by Rot being able to do
So,
that,
Rot
and
Nico.
showing how dominant they are.
Yeah, and Rot Nico was the last winner, by the way, I believe.
Rot wins again.
From last time,
It
so
was, yeah.
congrats to him. I don't know what I'm going to do with the prize money, but it's $20,000 this time round. So fair play to him and congratulations to Rot. The last hit right now, finish with a bolt.
This should be the one.
10 J Cup rings, 3 demo tournaments, RS Rot, he says as he dies. Congratulations to Rot Nico.
We can see a silent.
Wow.
That was incredible.
What an incredible finale. So much to say. First, quick reactions before we jump into highlights from that final hour there. In fact, it was a bit short, wasn't it? I'm looking at, was that 45 minutes? Did it actually cut short?
Now
Whereas
when
last time-
when everyone asks, Chris, how long's the final hour? We can say, yeah, 45 minutes, mate.
Yeah. I mean, last time, it ended up going past. It was about an hour, 20 minutes,
Yeah,
I
it was a lot
believe.
longer.
And we really just didn't want to kill off everybody and say, okay, yeah, whichever one of you 300 people has the highest kills wins.
Yeah.
That ended up going down to a bit more of an intense finale, but I think it was like a dozen people left.
Yeah, I'm still absolutely shocked at the plot twist there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Ian and I thought that was lit the whole time. There were all those name changes
It
and
was
stuff.
lit,
We were
to
like,
be
yeah,
fair.
it's lit, it's lit, it's lit. Yeah, it was lit. The playing on the ambiguity of the word.
Yeah.
I like that.
I could not believe that. You kept on saying, like, I think that's right, I think that's right. I'm like, no, I don't believe you. I definitely don't believe
same.
Yeah, I
And
thought
then
it was
they came
lit
on top.
trolling.
But not only that, but they won by such a vast amount of players again, showing how the sheer power of Rot and their ability in Clan Man Gang from doing it for 10+ years. That experience really paid off. They had 40 to 50 people, I think, at the end. And
Yeah,
I think at the
back-
start
back
they only had
with a
70,
vengeance, man.
So they didn't lose that many players.
How?
Really, Sorry, go on.
No, I mean, the question of how it comes down to it, like, you kind of explained why, while the game was going on, how they managed to get there, but what do you think made them stand out compared to, of course, last season where they lost to Lit and others?
I
So-
think
Go on.
I think this time round, obviously, like I was saying during the actual ensue of the final hour, is that Rot, perhaps when they'd won previously with such a dominant display of force, they won so convincingly, they maybe, I don't know, perhaps became a bit complacent there.
Yeah.
And they thought, we're going into this, we've got a mindset of it's just, it's easy, we've won, and they saw a really, really strong reaction from other clans teaming up, and they weren't expecting that. This time around, they know the competition's there. They know they've got to look out for those team and allied forces, and they came in still with a lot fewer players than other teams, but their experience paid off, and that's incredible.
I think for me, their pivotal point, which made them stand out this tournament, was in the past they always, play that defensive role. They get stuck in, take on clans. They're fearless. This time around, they stuck around that northwest corner. They waited very patiently, and they moved in at the right time, and that gave them the best chance of winning. So props them for that strategy.
Honestly, like, my opinion is it must be down to the calling. I think in other clans, especially where you just kind of say, like, not to say that necessarily with the Lit, they're like anybody can join. They obviously have requirements. But with Rot, I'm really curious what that TeamSpeak is sounding like. If there's just one guy calling everything out, everybody listens and responds immediately. How well instructed is that? It must be incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy. There are videos of Rot PK, and specifically in Anacol with audio, and it's just an incredible display of strategy and coordination.
Not only that, but obviously in that last area, 11 by 11, it's so hard to call out those names and not, take your own players with you kind of thing. You have to keep moving around and changing targets, and just goes to show their, complete experience and dominance in clan PKing.
Do you know what that ended? I thought, like, wait, what's going on? Is something going wrong? Is it DC? Like, why are they not fighting each other? I could not believe that. I'm still absolutely mind blown.
Yeah, Mazar, obviously representing Rot on stage, told me that they had around 70 members in Rot, and I've been informed by Lit members that they had over 200.
That's incredible.
When Rot have around 70 members and they're winning with 44 of them remaining, that goes to show that, wow.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Well, they are now $20,000 richer. I think we have some highlights to actually go through. What was like the main highlight from you guys for that entire final hour?
Oh gosh, I think that just the ending, like seeing the whole twist, the plot twist, when we saw that it wasn't Lit that won and it was Rot, that was just mind blown, literally.
I just want to say everyone going across the stepping stones and just falling in.
That was brilliant.
That was pretty awesome.
Do you know, for the in-game MVP, which is decided by our judges, I wish they could pick the guy who died on those stepping stones, but
it was a duck. It was a duck.
Oh, it was a duck that died.
Okay, the duck is the in-game MVP. It's $5,000 richer.
We were getting so excited laughing.
Oh, that was the spec.
Oh, that was a sick replay.
That was the bicep
Big bicep.
spec,
That was
I believe,
awesome.
Yeah, that was nice.
And then, we just
back at the ending as well.
I just really liked and was surprised how it went from 0 to 100. It went really from no one being in that final area, and then just everyone was there, and there was just like 200 people dead in about 5 seconds.
What do you think of You Never Learn winning as well?
I mean, yeah, fair play. I'm not too sure how a couple of the others did end up dying, but he had his concentration face on. At the start, I thought he was going to be one of the first to die because he was getting really worked in the bank in East Barrock.
And when the final, in the final ensued, and Rot took it, like we say, for 40+ people, Rot Nico winning, just outstanding performance by Rot again. Commiserations to them. They did really, really, really well.
Yeah.
Obviously, technically, as Rot Nico won, he's the first player to win it. The Deadman twice. Of course, he won Season 3, I believe it was, because he won Al-Kharid. So technically, he is the first person to win it twice as well. So something to keep in mind there. But I think, without further ado, Chris is on stage with our 4 players. Of course, You Never Learn winning the $5,000 bonus. He's going to have quite a lot to say, I imagine. Chris, take it away.
Hey guys, we're joined here with our 4 players on stage. Right off the bat, let's get a congratulations for You Never Learn taking the on-stage MVP, $5,000. So, You Never Learn, first of all, how did you stay alive for so long, and what do you plan on doing with the money?
Well, it was kind of scary at first because some guy named Ice Cream started barraging me in the bank and trying to tank fight me. So I was like, I'm just going to stay in the bank and, grab some sharks to survive or whatever. I'm not trying to fight anyone. I'm a bad PKer. If anyone's ever fought against me, they know that. So, no, I just, as soon as we got all to the final area, I just started eating or sipping the brews as much as I could. And I kind of went into survivalist mode. I didn't really think I was going to win today, but as soon as you guys said the 5K prize switch in my head just flipped, and I decided to go for the 5K prize instead. So you got to play the odds. So I decided when you get back, I'll treat you to Denny's. Hopefully you don't get a fire extinguisher on our face this time.
All right. Needless to say, you're probably going to participate in the next season. Do you think you'll do so well again?
I mean, we'll see. All I can do is train up my defense as high as I can, my magic as high as I can, and just kind of hope for the best. So.
Well done, and congratulations again. Alfie, you had an incredible display of entertainment on the stage. You had the audience going. You were just shouting all the time and killing everybody. You were quite ruthless, yeah. What was that final hour like for you?
Oh, the final hour started out a lot of fun. I probably killed like 4 or 5 people, and then I met up with the clan, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm actually going to try to go far this time. I'm not going to teleport to Lumbridge this time. I'm not going to die to a 96. So I decided to team up with the clan, and then the second we got into the final area, I got barraged and chinned instantly, and I couldn't use a single brew, and I died.
Any changes you're looking to make before the next season?
The next season, because of the XP cap, I'm probably going to go for a range mage rush. So I want to do the underground pass again because Ivan Blast is really strong, especially with the XP caps. And then I'm probably going to try to go PKing as soon as possible because that's what Deadman was all about. It's a lot of fun.
Well, again, the next season ends with the Autumn Invitational at RuneFest. Yeah, September 23rd, and you'll obviously be playing on stage for that. So looking forward to that. And again, best of luck the next season. Graphist, I don't want to do this. You died first. What happened?
I tried hard, and we got some kills, and then I got pushed to multi by Angry Debolter. He was like a 116 with a D fire shield and everything, and I got frozen right at multi and just piled and wrecked.
You did put on a nice little display of skill there. We highlighted a couple of your kills, I believe. So, yeah, what was the plan there? You were just going aggressively, killing everything.
Going to whoever I found, attacked, and then, like, we're not in TeamSpeak, so I couldn't, like, talk to the team to see where everyone was. And I saw the team running everywhere. I'm like, what am I doing? And then, yeah, that's it. I just died.
Well, you did well, at least. We appreciate the entertainment. Any changes for the next season?
Rush. Use Discord. Yeah, basically just probably rush range mage since the XP cap. It's going to be interesting. Whole bunch of PKing. No delay streams with PKing as well. Since you have to skull to attack people, since they'll be stream sniping themselves if they do skull. So it'll be interesting to see how this season pans out.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, thanks again, and good luck the next season. Mazar, being on the winning team, the only member of Rod on stage, you were kind of the favorite to make it the farthest. You actually died a little earlier. Well, you weren't the last alive. What happened?
My client bugged out. I posted a clip of it on Twitter, but that doesn't matter because we still won. So, yeah.
Were you in the TeamSpeak for it? Were they flipping out, or?
I was listening to the TeamSpeak on my phone, and yeah, it was pretty interesting how they decided to go about it because they knew 70 versus 200 they were not going to win, and they decided to change their name to Lit. So Lit had no idea what to do because we had the same team capes as them. As to them, we were the same exact people, and we used that to kill everyone else. So Lit helped us kill everyone else, and then we killed Lit. And that's pretty much what happened.
A brilliant strategy. Very, very well played. I appreciate the mind games. Well, guys, thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys coming to play on the stage for us, and best of luck in the next season. Throwing things back over to Mod Shawnee on the couch.
What about that tactic? There you go, addressed in full there. That was pretty awesome to hear.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I didn't realize, obviously, Ian and I didn't know that it was Lit, but having changed the names and got the same team capes, utilizing the numbers in Lit to eliminate other enemies, and then turning on them, thinking that they were part of the same team.
That's mad.
Yeah, that's
just
funny.
Just a note on the other guys as well. Graphics, we talked about. Chris, you said that he had a little display of energy there, going for some kills and such, and just say props to him as well and to Alfie for going out there because they're not predominantly they are PKers, but they don't do much hybriding or NH hybriding, with magic switches and such. And they performed really well today. So again, kudos to them as well for getting into the action, doing some PK.
Wonderful performance by everyone on stage. I think today, and I think we can get a round of applause for everyone as well.
So guys, we saw the winner of the onstage MVP being You Never Learn. He's taken away $5,000.
Yeah.
Incredible achievement. We do have 2 other awards to hand out. The other one being a $5,000 reward, going to the in-game MVP. And I have got the name. Any guesses?
We know.
I mean,
so.
we've been told it in here, Chris. So
shout it out, people.
It's time, guys. We're gonna announce the in-game MVP, the winner of the $5,000, being Big Bicep.
Congratulations. Yeah, that was an insane performance. He went in for the 28-29 spec, I believe it was, and no, 26-27. Not only that, but he was sitting only like a few steps away from Rot. So a really brave maneuver there to actually go into that danger zone and to pick off a few people, to get a few kills. So
the really decisive element here being that he had 15 kills. He was just running around killing everybody in the game.
Not only that, but he made it to the top 50 as well, so he lasted an absolutely insane amount of time.
As a solo player, that's impressive.
That's really good.
Truly deserving of that in-game MVP, without a doubt. Yeah. So well done, Big Bicep. And I really enjoy his content on YouTube, actually. He's going to make some great Deadman content coming forward.
Yeah, definitely.
That being said, guys, there's one award left to hand out. We already saw it. We know who it is. It is Anonymous of Rot winning the $20,000. Woo! Anonymous?
Yeah.
Hey.
And that
I appreciate
in the previous Deadman mode, it is Rot Nico with the name change. So he's now won 2 Deadman modes on. The first player to win 2 Invitationals. So yeah, he's
Rot's ecstatic.
Incredible. I'm really curious whose decision it was to make that kind of like the mind game decision of saying we're going to act like lit. Like whose decision was that? Because all of the credit should go to them.
I'd imagine the leadership,
very
and
smart.
they've been in the clanning scene, like I say, for 10+ years now. So that kind of tactic has probably been used before. Just wasn't expected by Lit. Obviously caught them offhand there, and yeah, congratulations.
And you know what's an interesting talking point is Rot are kind of becoming a bit more of the fan favorites, I believe. I remember when they won back in Al-Kharid, the crowd actually kind of booed. They did boo. They were not happy. They were like, damn, I didn't want those guys to win. Yeah. Over here, we see some love for Rot. It's nice to see. Do you think things are changing for them?
I think they're growing on everyone, you know?
Well, they used to be the dominant force that just outplayed everyone, and now they're a smaller clan. Well, they're not smaller, but comparatively to like Lit and other large clans like that. Obviously, in the hometown of Rot, most of them are American players, so no surprises there about the crowd being ecstatic about them. But yeah, congrats again.
I think it's a case where, you know, when you watch sports or esports or whatever, when there's that team that just win everything, and you sit down, you watch a tournament, and you go, well, they're going to win again. It's like, regardless of who you support, you always go against that team because it's just, you don't want to see the same thing. But then we saw a change where, you know, Rot had lost against Lit, and now they're back. And yeah, it's although they're winning again, it's fresh.
So now we're at the conclusion, of course, of this season. We can now announce that the new worlds are now open for our new season. We're going to talk about this upcoming season and what you can expect. And if you want to get involved, we have the summer special ongoing right now. We can get 3 months of membership for 2. Just behind us, in fact, you can see everyone agility training as they get off to the run-in on the Deadman season. There they are, right? They're off and going. So should we use this as a chance to talk about what people can expect with this new season?
Yeah. So I think it's
sorry, Chris.
Most people know now. We invited many of you guys, actually, some of the biggest content creators and Deadman players, over to our offices in the UK, and we said, "You guys know Deadman best. What do you want for the next season?"
I think it was great. You know, we had everyone that come in, and we've seen some real radical changes to this season, more radical than we've seen before. And these changes are hopefully put in place to protect the longevity of the game. We want players starting on day 1 and still be in there on day 30.
And for me, the best change that will hopefully lead to that is the unskulled players, no experience lost. You still lose your bank, obviously, for the bank key, but you can start up again and rebuild quite easily. Dying and having to get your stats back is just so frustrating. Not only that, but the 1 mil experience per day cap. So people that play 20 hours a day, potentially, like they've done in this tournament, can't get so far ahead. More casual players, like myself, actually on my way for the next 10 days,
you know, we
can come back and join whenever you want.
We can't just flip out a laptop and start doing agility with those guys right now. So it gives us a chance as well, as as broadcasters or whatever, to come home and catch up. We'll have like a few days where that XP actually ticks over. So although it's a 1 mil cap every day, if you don't play for 3 days, you get 3 mil XP that you can do on that day.
Well, yeah, and you still have to gain it, but yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't just get it. Yeah, you have to gain it. But as well, if you do die, say you have like 80 strength, 80 range, or something like that, you lose a few levels.
If you're skulled.
If you're skulled, yeah. When you rebuild, your rebuild XP rate until you get back to the current XP you were prior to losing it will be 50 times. So that will encourage people to continue playing.
No, definitely. And go on.
I think definitely, like for me personally as a player, I'll be actually able to play this next season. Previously, I haven't really been able to because I do work a full-time job, and it's kind of like, I've already missed out on so much. Can I play catch-up? Can I actually afford to no-life it tonight? I've got to get up early for work, and now with this new season, we really appeal to those people who do have jobs or go to school or anything, or just don't want to play for 20 hours a day. That being said, if you still do want to play for obnoxious hours, as we heard, you never learn. As soon as he flew in, we shook his hand. hand, he pulled out the laptop he was playing.
Yeah.
Right?
In
Those
the
guys
hotel
will
lobby.
still thrive, without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's just going to be great. And having so many more people being able to come into the game because, like you said, you feel like you can't play.
And you can also, the main thing about demo mode is that PvP aspect. You know, people can go PK and have to like, always be on the back burner trying to catch up. They just go out there, have some fun, get some kills. And if they die, they have 50 times experience catch up to get the levels back that they lose.
Once
so
you've
awesome.
hit that 1 mil XP cap, what do? You go PK.
You go PK
We're going
and
to
have
see
some fun.
so much more player versus player interactions, which is what I love about Deadman mode and what a lot of people love as well.
I think it'll be the best season we've seen by far. It's a shame that I have to start 10 days late.
What kind of tips would you give for anyone? Obviously, you know, people watching this might want to get involved who've never played it before. What kind of tips straight off the bat would you give them?
Well, right now I can see on the main screen there's a bunch of people killing each other in Barbarian Village, so be very careful where you go. Obviously, it's dangerous everywhere. Turn off your left click as you log in so you don't accidentally misclick on someone and skull and die, as you did before.
Yeah, definitely turn off your left click when you start. And I don't know, it's because of the XP caps. Personally, the route I'm going to be going down is range and magic. You know, obviously there are increased levels for strength and attack that you can gain. So one of the criticisms was like, you know, this guy can have like 90 plus strength and I'll be here with this range level. The strength guy can hit this. And it's like, well, you know, I have slightly lower levels in range and magic, but I can freeze you and you're not going to be able to spec me.
Exactly.
I can stand one diagonal square away from you and you can't do anything.
I'd say just, you know, stick to what you know. If you played old school in the past, you want to give it another go again, 5 times experience rates, you can, you know, get stuck in and really enjoy yourself. The non-combat skills actually don't have a 1 mil XP cap. So you can go do fletching in the bank if you want. You can go woodcut for a bit, make some money, and just have fun. And I think that's the most important part of demo mode. If you're not a PvPer, just get stuck in and play RuneScape for what it is.
And that's another dynamic that we're going to see change as well, because Deadman mode's not just a player versus player killing people game mode, it's also a survival game mode. And this is something that was brought up in the Jagex office. You know, people like playing this for the notion that they can survive for the longest as well. Not everyone likes to engage in PvP. They do like to engage in skilling. They can use it as a money-making method. And if players are being killed that are unskulled, whereas previously they'd be losing everything and losing all their XP, they don't lose their XP anymore. So they can continue playing for the rest of the season and rebuild.
Well, guys, I think we're just about at the time to conclude. It's been an incredible final hour. We saw the on-stage MVP, You Never Learn, taking home $5 grand. Big Bicep, the in-game MVP, taking home another $5 grand. And then Rot Nico taking $20,000, winning the Deadman Summer Invitational. Really looking forward to the next season. Any final thoughts, guys?
Just thank you for having us at ESL in the American studios. Cheers to the audience for being here today.
The audience has been fantastic.
Yeah, they've been awesome.
For me, that's been the highlight.
And as well as Jagex for flying us over. Oh my. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone at home as well for watching. Really appreciate that.
All right. Well, that concludes the Deadman Summer Invitational. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next season.
Thank you.